Hey guys, today I have out some washi tape, and I figured that on this page here I would make washi tape candles. Oh yeah, bless you. I saw this idea from another woman on YouTube. I will link her below, but I will not link her below right now because I'm not going to be uploading this video for a little while since I don't have internet. So, let's see. I'm going to start. I thought that these tapes were perfect for candle-y type things, but I do have to trim them because they weren't ripped evenly the last time. So, trim that one, right? And, oh man, I forget that I gotta trim them off. Trim that. So yeah, about an hour ago our internet went out. But you don't realize how important that is, right? So, we are just hanging out. I got some cutting done in my in Mass Journal today, and thank you for all the advice that I got on the glue and the matte medium dilemma. I'm going to try baby powder because I have a ton of it. When you have babies, people give you baby powder in bulk. I don't know why. So I have 2 or 3 big, giant, unopened baby powders from when I had the baby. And I think that they are probably expired, so they'd be perfect for something like this. You know? So I'm going to try it. I have a couple of pages in here that I want to do it on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the baby powder a shot. Oh, I kind of want this one to be bigger. Find a place for this tape. Stick it over here. Right. Stick it right there. Flip the page. Fold it over. I want that one to be a little bit taller. And I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I might do a cardinal page because one of the sections for my Mass Journal is birds, and now I'm thinking about separating that into subcategories like, you know, cardinals and white birds. I have a lot of white birds. I have a lot of penguins. I have a ton of penguins. So I think I'm definitely going to at least do cardinals and penguins. I don't have a ton of cardinals, but I definitely have enough to get myself going on a page for cardinals. Plus, I have those few pages that I have, you know, those pictures I showed you from that one magazine I had that had the pretty cardinals in the trees. So, you know, that would be nice, right? Alright, so this is going to be kind of like a testing thing because I'm going to test out those white pens to see how they work. Actually, maybe I will test my white paint pen if I can find what I did with it and see how that works. I have not tried that yet. So, I hope everybody's Christmas crafting is going well. I hope you're able to get some done. Today, we did a little bit of cleaning up in the yard from the snow, but it's really heavy. So, a lot of it, we're just going to wait for it to melt, which it is doing. It is melting. I bet you 3/4 of it. from today is gone. So it's just been dripping and running off everything. Alright, there's that. If I can't find my white paint pen, I'm just going to use my white pen. Which, I don't know. I'm going to grab my white pen anyway. And check my Sharpie box. I have a ton of new washi tapes to add to this Sharpie box. So I'm going to need this and this. And I have a black one up here. I don't know where I went with that paint pen. Oh, maybe I do. I may know where I went with the paint pen. Oh, and I have pens in here with caps missing. That one is going to be some useless now. Not yet, but almost. I'm going to go through some of these pens too. These are like just cheapo ones I got from Dollar General to make some spray inks. And this I keep my miscellaneous pens and markers in, and I found my white paint pen, so I have not used it yet, so let's see what the tip of it is like. I bought this a while ago, and I don't know if the tip will be too thick for this. This came from Walmart. Oh, it says fine, so maybe it'll be fine enough. And I cannot open it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't try that at home. Now I gotta get that stupid thing off though, right? Because I'm gonna want it to close, right? Let's just rip it off here. So, I'm just trying to get the edge off. Getting ahead of myself here. I gotta finish cutting this off. Okay. Like I said, I will link the video below to the woman who did this first. Oh, something's coming out. It's kind of milky though. Opaque. I don't know if I'm going to like this. No. That is too opaque. That's way too opaque. That is not going to do what I want it to do. Maybe if I shake it better. What does it say on here? Permanent, streak-free, fast-drying, easy to use. Congratulations. Alright, sorry about this, guys. I haven't tried this before. Oh, it's starting to become painty. Alright, let's see. No, that's going to be way too gooey. I'll use my pen. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I'd rather get the Posca pens than use this thing. But, hey Lil, quiet down, okay? Alright, so... That's the only problem with this pen, is that it's very fine tip, but I just need to get enough weight on there to grip so I can go over it after. As you can hear, Lily is having fun with her app. Alright. I don't know why I made that flame so wide on that one. I guess I just forgot what I was doing. But it's okay, right? We'll still use it. That one's just, that one's one of the defective Yankee candles, right? Too much flame and not enough stink. These jelly roll pens aren't bad though. This is the second or third time I've used it. These are from Walmart. I got these off Walmart and I had them shipped to the store. So that's the pen, Jelly Roll, and it comes in with a pack of 2 or 3, I think. So you know, if you're looking for a white pen and you don't want to spend all that money on some of the other ones that people are using, I suggest this one. These jellies are okay. Ooh, I gotta be careful here. That pen comes off of the glossy paint pretty easily. So, we could go over this with paint. I'm just trying to get the white off the tip of this Sharpie. So, my child is pretty crazy. Alrighty. I'm not going to be able to get any orange on here because this pen is tearing off the white. So that's pretty good though, right? My little candles. I gotta put these back in the box over here. Okay. So yeah, the whole state is pretty much shut down out here with the storm. Nobody, you know, we're not going anywhere right now. Our driveway is a mess. I mean, we could clean it out if we had to, but since we don't have to, we're like, we have an appointment this week and we'll have it all figured out. We'll have it all cleaned up by then, but for now, it's not something we have to worry about. Well, let's see what else I'm going to put on here. Hey, Lil, chill out a little bit, please. Let's see. I like this wreath. We'll cut this out. Let's see. I have seen a few journal pages from some of the girls that I follow, and I love what people are doing. Some very talented individuals in our little YouTube community. Lillian, go in the other room, please. I like this wreath. So I'm going to add this. I guess that white pen might have worked if I let it sit a little bit longer, but with the glossy paint, I don't know if it would have. I don't know if it would have worked out that well. So.
Lillian, come in.
We'll put this wreath on here.
Turn it down.
Okay.
Sit in your chair.
And I like these trees, but I don't know if I like them. Oh yeah, they'll be fine right there. But I might do a couple pages. I'm debating on whether or not to do some pages in my in-mass journal now, or if I want to wait until January, because January is glue book month. So I'm not sure if I just want to wait or if I want to start gluing, if you know what I mean. Let's cut this and stick this over here, right? I haven't gotten prepared yet to do the ornaments out of yarn. That'll be our next page, I think. I'm gonna make a couple of small journals for some children that I know. So we'll probably work on that this week. And I want to do that yarn ornaments page. I think would be fun. So those are my plans for the week. Okay, this spread I'm going to call done. I don't have anything else to add to that. Let's see what I have. Let's see what I can do in here. I do have a lot of nice pictures. Maybe I can add. Let's see what I can find in my picture. I mean, I'm going to have to start going through some of these and throwing some of this stuff out because I have a lot of stuff that I'm not going to put in here this year. You know, I'm not going to be able to put it in here. So I'm going to have to start figuring out. Like, I already put this in, right? I put a postal service one in. Here's one of the cardinal pigs. These are the cardinals that I was showing you. That is, I mean, beautiful, beautiful birds. I love this owl too. He's definitely going to hang out. I definitely want to do something with these ornaments. So we'll take that one out. I love this crate and barrel page too. We're going to take that one out. Let's see what I've got. We'll take that out because I already had one of these bows that I used, but I'm definitely gonna use that one. And I like the Christmas tree made out of cookies. Let's see. Oh, I have some pretty ornaments there. And some pretty ornaments there. Wow, those are gorgeous. I love this tree in the middle of a lake. I'm going to hold on to that one. I like this whole window right there. I like the whole setup. I like this little guy, and I love that old book. It says The Elves and the Shoemaker. We're going to hold on to that. I don't know if I want to eat in gingerbread boy. I like this. I like this. I like this from all the colors. I like this with the little stockings. That's a bunch of stuff. Oh, I like these little Santas, and I like the snowballs. I like that. I like this one with the girls. But I might have another one of these. I'm going to have to look. Either way, both sides, gorgeous. Let's see. Some cookie stuff. Let's see what I've got. I like the reindeer on the pillow. This page, oh, it's got some more of these little trees, which I already have right here, and there's nothing on the back of it that I want. So I don't really want anything on that page. I'm going to toss that page right now, since that is a definite. This, I have everything on that page. I'm going to toss that one. I like this little truck right here, so I'm going to cut that out. And then I'm going to toss the rest of this page. I don't need anything else from this page. I like this girl. I don't need anything else. Let's cut her out with the little Christmas tree. And toss that one. This, I like little angels in the trees. And I like these little reindeer guys. Keep that, toss this. I like all of those things. I like the elf butt. These floral arrangements, I'm really not that worried about, because when I see flowers, I don't think of Christmas. I like the petals, so I'm going to hold on to that. Ooh, but I like this. I like these ornaments more. Let's do this. Do this. Cut that out. And this strip right here. I like. And this red is still very useful. Right, so hold on to that one. This here. Oh yes, isn't that pretty? This, the only thing I like about this is the fire. Let's keep the fire. Right? Throw this in. It was so cold the last couple days. I am no longer acclimated to this kind of weather. That's for sure. Like, I was totally okay with cold. The cold here when I first got here, but now it's like, no. No, no, no. Too cold. Like, I have become such a wuss. I have become such a wuss. I like this whole scarfy thing. I like this nutcracker made out of cookies. I love this cookie tree. Love these ornaments. Love this. Love this. my book is going to be like 5,000 pounds. I just love that wreath, right? Oh, more presents. More presents. Like that star. This is cookies. It says skip cleanup. Hell yeah, I'll skip cleanup. Poinsettias, poinsettias. Love these M&M things. Oh my god, I have always loved those. I put all my autumn pictures in here. I don't know why this is like still hanging out. Oh, love these little kids. Love that. Love that. I don't know about this. It's like, it's got the O from Oprah. You know? Freaking Oprah and all of her Oprahness and everything. Let's get some stuff. That's got Oprah on it again. I like some of the stuff on there. I like this for sure. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I love this. Oh, I like this. And that's a cookie catalog. Okay, so we've got some stuff to work with now. Let us start. Oh, let us start by gluing down some print. Oh, no, hold on. I think I want to start with let's glue this guy down because I love this picture of this reindeer. Or a deer. This one I don't think it's supposed to be a reindeer. But this deer statue in the snow just, reminds me, of snow. Reminds me of home. What's the quote say? Oh, the decorations at Splitzer's farm. Spitzmiller's farm. Alright, cut right down the side of this tree. Now that I have a pile of stuff to definitely work with, we're going to start really banging some of these pages out. This I'm going to make to fit because I have enough hanging out pages. And this guy can afford to lose some weight off of this picture. Sorry, reindeer dude. Alright, so this will work in there. I'm going to trim a little bit more. I'm going to keep the tree on the side, though. I like that. I'm going to trim a little bit more right here. Okay. And I know I took out some texture. So I'm going to put some texture in here. If I can find what I just did, I could put some of this down here, right? But I'd have to put it this way to get, so that I can get rid of some of this small piece here. So if I do this, right? Oh, that would be cute. No, center that on the page a little bit. We'll go with that. This one I'm going to glue with this, but the picture I'm going to do with Aleene's because it's from the Veranda magazine, and those have a little bit thicker paper in it than this paper. So the Aleene's will probably hold it better than my fart glue. Okay. Stick that there. Grab my Aleene's. I hope it's not too thick because it's kind of cold. It's kind of chilly in this room. I mean, the wind has been blowing for the last 2 days. And you just hear every once in a while a loud thump from the snow falling from one metal roof down to the next metal roof. So we have our roofs in layers here. Our roofs are in layers. I've got the main house roof, and then that falls onto the porch roof. Just all kinds of roofing going on around here. This is the most snow I've seen in a storm since we moved here, though. And we've had some pretty brutal storms. We've had some pretty brutal storms. See, that's a nice picture. I like that. I like it with the little red down here. I gotta angle my camera so you can actually see what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, instead of up a little ways. Alright, that's a piece of scrap I'm going to use, but I kind of want to cut out a present or two to put on this page. So let's see what I can find. These are just single presents. I like this green one. I don't think it'll pop as much as this gray one, though. But what do I know? I am totally color coordinationally challenged. I am decoratively challenged, and I am color coordinationally challenged, which is why I have such a hard time selling my stuff, because it looks like crap with the colors. I'm not gonna lie. The colors can be a little weird. Once in a while I get it right, and I've always been like this. I've tried and I've practiced, and everyone's like, oh, you gotta just teach yourself. Yeah, I've tried. But I'm gonna really work. I'm gonna really make very calculated decisions when I get my living room, which is this room right here. When I get this living room ready to become a living room, I am gonna make really calculated decisions on what I choose to put in it. You know, I have a color picked out that I love, which is pretty much the color that it is. And I want to do an accent wall. And then my decorations in here and my rugs or whatever I do is going to be very particular. I like this. I do like that. And then on this other page, I kind of want to put this here. The quote says, "My breath came out in a fog and rose into the milky sky. Snow fell on my eyelashes, and all of Brooklyn turned white, a world in a globe. Every snowflake that I caught was a miracle unlike any other." That is from Alice Hoffman, The Museum of Extraordinary Things. So I am going to put this whole monkey on here. Even, I think, maybe I can find some greenery to put on the side of it. Let's see what I can find to put aside, you know, with it. I could probably put, no, that's going to be big. That is going to be big. Let's find something like that little half a tree picture would be nice, like this. Let's see. No, that's too Christmas tree-y. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see. The baby, it's worked out perfectly last night. I put the baby down around 6. She was really tired. And she went right out. And then tonight I was able to keep her up until about 7:30. And I just laid her down a little while ago, and it is working out swimmingly. She is out in there. She'll wake up happy in the morning. She's not going to be tired. This is going to be nice. You know, sometimes you have to just work together, and I'm so lucky that today, well, yesterday and today, really, she decided to work with me on this sleeping business. I put her down for a nap around 2, and you know, she woke up today about 4, so, you know, because we went through like a few nights where I had my light off in the bedroom to try and make her fall asleep at like midnight. You know, we had all the lights off and we're just laying there waiting for her to fall asleep. And, you know, it's not like she was crying, but she's playing and talking in her crib, and you can't fall asleep with that kind of racket going on, you know? Or she wakes up in the, you know, in the middle of the night, and she sleeps very light besides. And when she gets too much sleep during the day, like we were doing, she oh, I like that, right? I like that. When she gets too much sleep during the day, she, like all of us, you know, she doesn't sleep good at night. So then every little thing's waking her up. I mean, she's a light sleeper, like I said, but she becomes like a really light sleeper. Like to the point where I roll over in bed or something, and it's not like we have a creaky mattress. Our mattress is almost new. You know, one of us rolls over and she's awake. Let alone get up and go to the bathroom. Oh, then she is like awake. And that is it. That. And it's like even when she's sleeping good, she still wakes up when we get up. So, trying really hard to get her to sleep well. I don't want her to be too light of a sleeper. I want her to be able to sleep, get enough rest, especially someday when she starts school. I don't want there to be any kinds of issues with that, you know. I love how that is. I love that. That's going to be nice. And then I could stick another present on this page, right? That's what those little presents are going to be good for. And I have those little presents too somewhere over here in my heaping pile of minis, of itty bitties. If this wasn't a beautiful picture and quote, these would be some nice textures for some collage pages, right? I always think of that. I'm always like, oh, I wish it would just be double-sided. Like, who wants to photocopy those and print them out? Talk about ink. We use enough ink as it is, us crafters. I don't print a lot out. Most of what I do is magazines, because I've always been raised that, like, ink is really expensive, which it is. So I don't use it. I don't use a lot of... I do print some stuff, and I was going to print some vintage Christmassy pictures for this, but I have so much magazine stuff for this. And this year, unless it's something I didn't use that I'm definitely in love with, this year, when I'm done with this book, all of my Christmas magazine stuff is going. It's getting tossed. I'm not saving the Christmas magazine stuff at all. This would be good for this green right here. I just can't keep all this stuff. So I'm going to use up what I definitely love first, because I'm going to start getting Christmas cards in the mail too, so I got to save room in here for that. And then I will, you know, which I'm going to have plenty of room for that. But then if I'm thinking of putting stuff from our actual Christmas in here, I'm only going to have a limited amount of space for that with all of these magazine pages, but that's fine too. You know, I'll just use the special gifts. Oh, no, don't want that one. I'll just put the, you know, little pieces from the special gifts in here. You know, this one like leaves boogers everywhere, so I gotta put some in the corners. Let's see. Very nice, very nice. Let's see, I could add more to this after. Maybe if I had some little bordering pieces, but I don't right now. Let's find another page. I did this here. And I'm going to take my little tiny presents out because I can start scattering these. Yes?
You know what Jennifer here?
Yes.
You shut up. She posted a thing earlier, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Blew out my lower back.
Mm-hmm.
I left her a comment for you.
Okay.
I said, hey, can I ask why you would throw out a perfectly good back? I always thought they were kind of expensive. I find it very useful when I'm trying to back it.
That's fine. Brian's just putting funny stuff on Facebook. He's always commenting on someone's stuff. You know, people post things on Facebook though, and they make themselves such easy targets for jokes. You know, you have to do it. You have to take advantage of it. I thought for sure today we were going to lose power again. It was like we had a few moments where the lights were just nuts. You know, with the wind, it's just windy. It's brutal. Let's see here. It's a bummer I'm not going to be able to upload this video tonight. I mean, not like I get them. I don't post them until the morning. I let them upload at night. Now, doesn't that figure like my internet? I lose internet, you know, at a time when my internet has been running like crap anyway. Ooh, the golden present we'll put on this one too. I love this texture. Where the love light gleams. And, nope, that's not going to work on this one though. Maybe I can cut these little trees out and put them on top. Let's see. Because I really like these trees. I don't think that's going to look good either though. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to put some of this branch out. But yeah, I'm really excited to get some more done in my Enmash journal. I fussy cut my boats, my birds, my chairs, my cats, my dogs. So I've got a place to sit, I got a way to travel, my animals, and ooh, that'll be cool, right? That'll be cool. And then I'll cut this one out to go the other way, maybe. I just don't know. Yeah, why not? I was going to do my circles, but my circles need to be organized a little bit better. So I'm going to organize and go through some of my circles first. I have a few categories like that. Like I have a few that I'm probably going to get rid of because they're not going to look good altogether. Like I was going to do, you know, farm animals, but they're really not going to look good. And to be honest, I have a ton of horses, so why not do, it's going to be, farm animals is going to be like 3 cows, you know, 5 chickens. I got a few rabbits. I got like 2 or 3 rabbits in there, and then 780 horses. So, hello, guess what? Horse page, you know, and then there's some that I don't have a lot of stuff for. I got to fussy cut out my cars. You know, I love the cars one is going to come out cool because I've got some cars from like some 1970s National Geographic ads and some 1980s. So I'm going to have like 40 years worth of cars in my book. Well, you know, longer than that because I even have some cars pictures taken in Cuba, which if you didn't know, with the embargo with Cuba, they are still running cars from the 50s and the early 60s. And I have pictures of those. Some pictures, anyway, of those cars. So, you know, that is going to be pretty cool to do. You know, with all those pictures. So, I even have some really ugly cars, and I have some really pretty cars. It's just going to really be, I don't discriminate. If it's got 4 wheels and it goes vroom, it's cut up and put in that little folder. If I put that like that, right? Oh, this is going to be so darling. Okay. Sorry, I got excited there for a minute. I don't think I did anything more last night. I pretty much was like fed up last night after that. After the, you know, the incident. All right, I'm gonna put the golden present. They're supposed to text me when my service is turned back on. She's like 419 people. in your area without service. I'm like, oh, great. But that's fine. I don't need the service to read my book. It's downloaded. I started reading the Outlander series, and so far I am totally hooked because I don't have Showtime or Stars or whatever it's on. So I'm reading the books, which is fine by me. I'd probably rather read the books anyway. I'm going to put some of the ribbon in here too because I don't have a lot of the ribbon in here. I would probably rather read the books anyway. So I'm on the first book because every time I start reading, I'm reading it on my tablet and it's a PDF file. So the writing is very small because I want it all to fit on the screen. So I don't want to keep going like this with my finger to go back and forth from line to line. So my eyes get tired very quickly. So I get like 1 or 2 pages done at a time. I did get quite a few pages done last week. One night the baby got up like 3 or 4 times, and the last time she got up it was like 5 in the morning. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna stay awake now. So I started reading, and I read a lot in that time. Oh, I like that. That's cute, right? The ribbon right there. Aleen's. But I am hooked on this book. I am just so... It is really getting good. I can't believe they have this many books in the series. Like, I just feel like I'm nestling in. I feel like I'm nestling into a good, friendship. You get that with a good book. You become friends with all the characters in the book. And that's like how I feel about this book so far. I get a whole new bunch of friends. Alright, nice piece of ribbon along the edge there. And I want to do this picture next. I gotta cut this out. I like this saying on this even, so I'm gonna keep that too. I saw this thing that was like traditions of Christmas around the world. So this one is Germany. And apparently in Germany, every Sunday before Christmas, they put an Advent centerpiece in their, they call it a tabletop Advent wreath that they put in their home. And every Sunday, up until Christmas, they light a candle on it. And there is a 5th and final candle which is placed in the center and lit on Christmas Day. So I actually think that's a cool tradition. I mean, I wonder if they keep them lit the whole time. Like, I wonder how many houses have gone up in flames because they've been lit the whole time. But I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep that. I want to keep that whole page. One thing about my journal is I really like to include things that are educational. Even my journal now, I have pages in there. I have pages in my journal that I have to glue in the benefits of pumpkins. 50 things you can make with an apple. I like that stuff because, first of all, while I'm using that journal, that's very useful for me. I can go back, I can look, I put some magazine recipes in there that might be cool to try someday. I put things in there. Inspirational things. So this would be cool too, put some inspirational Christmas stuff. I kind of wish I kept all of those pages. Maybe I still have some of them if I can find which magazine. I think this came from Oprah. And I can include, put some more in. Because I think that's pretty cool. I didn't even think of putting those in until now. There were some pretty neat ones in there. So, do this. I need a little something to hide this, so why not a present? Let's see what presents I have over here. These are too small, I think. These might not work. This might. No, it's kind of small. How about this red guy? This red guy will work for sure. Yeah, that guy will work, right? We'll put the red guy in there. Okay, I have had a pounding headache since last night. I woke up, I took 2 Tylenol. I usually don't like taking anything, but when I start getting these migraines, so I took 2 Tylenol, about 4 this morning, because the headache woke me up. So, you gotta tiptoe past the baby, because you can't have her wake up when you got a pounding headache. No. So I took 2 Tylenol, and it didn't seem to do anything. I was able to fall back asleep, but when I woke up, it was still there. It was still there to the point that I couldn't even lay in bed very long because the headache was traveling into my neck. So, I had to get right up. And it stuck around all day. We were outside shoveling. I had to stop every couple of minutes because my head would start to throb. Then we were upstairs doing insulation, and my head hurt just to talk. Just lousy. Lousy. We insulated. We got one more wall insulated, so, it's just that much more closed up in the house. This is an old house. Very drafty. Very wide open. There's like no insulation. There was none, pretty much, when we moved in. Very little. Over one part of the, there's like one attic that there was some, but it's not even the right size. And that was the only place, just that one little section of the house. So far we've added insulation halfway up walls in 2 rooms, and I like that. I think that's cute. A gift, be it a present, a kind word, or a job done with care and love, explains itself. That's cute. We'll put this here. Right? That's cute. But yeah, we've added insulation to those 2. We put insulation in the ceiling of our back hallway. We just insulated that wall, which is the wall between one of the bedrooms and the attic. Now we have to do the attic over our main house, which is going to be the next insulation project. And we have to insulate a little hallway, and that is going to be it for insulation, unless we have some blown in, which we're talking about that option too, to blow some into the walls, into part of them anyway. If you saw the way this house was built, you would understand why we couldn't just go up and down all the walls like normal people can. But no, they decided that in all of the walls, they just wanted to throw random 2x4s in at all different angles, in all different places. So it was definitely built crude. They definitely built it with what they had on hand, and that was it. Nothing coordinates. But such is life with these old houses. Although in New England, they have houses standing that are 400 and 500 years old. From the 1600s. I think the oldest house is the early 1600s. But I had a friend who lived in a house in Connecticut. I was friends with her for a short period of time that I lived in Connecticut. She was one of my neighbors. And her house was from the late 1600s. And, work had been done over the years. But the house pretty much had been in her family, or people that her family knew many moons ago. So, it was them that did all the work. Her people, I guess. So that house was beautiful. That house was really neat. And the way that they built these houses in New England that are this old, it's because those things are constructed to never die. Like my house here, we were talking about the snow, and if we got a good enough storm, right, and if our house was insulated well enough, the snow would come right through the roof without a doubt because of the way it's built, you know. But they didn't have to do that kind of stuff down here because they really don't get that kind of weather here. And I keep telling myself, this house has been here for 100 years. You know, I mean, my family, there was an old house in my family from a long time ago. Part of it was built in the 1700s. The rest of it was built in the 1800s, and it was an old farmhouse. And, you know, that house is put together with horsehair plaster. If you know anything about plaster, think about plaster. If you know anything about plaster at all, you know that it is tough stuff. So that was not going anywhere, you know, that house. And it's going to be there. It's going to stand there forever, you know. I like that ribbon on there. I'm going to cut it a little long so we have some little flappies sticking off, right? But I really like this old house. I really like the characteristics of it. I really like the heart, you know, the old doorknobs, the old solid wood doors are like great. And the door frames are all a little uneven, which I think is so cool because it just adds so much character. And then all of the moldings in the corners of the rooms, if you look at the moldings, they didn't cut them at 45s. They cut them they put little blocks of wood in the corners and then cut the molding straight. So if you know anything about houses, you'll know what I mean by that, which I think it looks so neat. I'll make this one a little long too so we get some little flappies. So if you look close in all my corners, you see little blocks sticking out of the corners from how they did the moldings, which I just think is so cool. You know? But it's just cute because this is a place, I come from a place where you live in an old house. That means it was built a couple of centuries ago. Here, an old house means it's 50 years or older. You know, when I tell people around here that I live in a 100-year-old house, they're like, "Oh wow," you know. Whereas up there, you live in a 100-year-old house, like that's still considered partially new. You know, and you know, there was another house in my family, 1940s, another house, 1950s. You know, it's like we have houses that are, we still consider those young houses. You know, around here they consider those to be old houses. Well, I can act this now for an hour, and you're probably sick of hearing me babble on about houses. But I kind of want to stick yellow M&M guy down someplace, right? I'll have to trim this picture. I'm probably going to have to get rid of the fireplace tools here, because I'm not going to fit it all unless I put it like this, right? And put the rest of the picture like this. Yeah, I can do that, right? we'll do that. I am going to use Aleene's on this because it's a little bit thicker. I'm definitely hoping that this headache is gone tomorrow. I wasn't even going to do any video tonight until the internet went out. And I said, well, you know what? There's one thing I can do without internet. Hey, honey, 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 honey. Can you turn that down a little bit, please? So, can you turn it down more than that? Okay. Alright, corners stick up, of course. Corner. Corner. And this strip. Alright, let's try this. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night because Lily's getting anxious to get back in her room. So, I don't want there to be too much background noise. But we got some good stuff done tonight, and maybe we will, well, the next video I make we're going to be working on some more of those Christmas presents, some little journals, and then maybe we'll get away from some Christmas stuff a little bit, except for this, I mean other projects that we do, unless I can find any more cool ornaments that are worth making. But until next time, I hope everybody has a good day or night or whatever, and we will see you soon. Ta-ta!